Happy Empowered Wednesday. We are trying this again. So we had, a little bit of glitch in the system this morning. So I'm trying to get our guest today, who is Tanya, and she's the founder of Love Not Fear. So I'm going to let her in. Thank you for you guys for jumping back on. Hello, Stephen. Hi, everyone, for joining us this morning. Yes. Okay.
Am I
Tanya
here?
is here, everyone. Woo!
Okay, so I everyone.
Okay, I'm
All right.
just putting my headphones in. Hang on. All right. Okay. Can you hear me, Tanya?
Yes, I can.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Thank you.
Radiant.
Thank you. And I'm wearing
I
one of your designs today.
colors really are beautiful on you.
Thank you. And thank you for your help in choosing this kimono and these colors for me. Remember, we couldn't decide, or I couldn't decide. And you're like, no, this one. So thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here. And hello, everyone who is joining us. This was, I think it was a few weeks back. And I had this idea, just so you know, for a little bit, it was kind of over a year in my head. I'm like, screw it. I'm just going to do it. Because what I found when we started our business almost 5 years ago, it was very lonely. And, I came from a very structured corporate place where pretty much my calendar was always booked for me. I didn't have to figure out, right, like what to do, what system, what processes. Everything else was I just had to lead and create ideas and then do launches and so forth. So, and I had an amazing team. But when we started our business, I'm like, oh my God, where do I start? What tools do I, right, like bring into a practice to create those, I guess, structures and processes, but also to remove some of the overwhelm? Because I don't know if you know, but I have 3 kids. So, and most of the time we work from home, and I found I didn't have the tools and those strategies to bring the balance and the harmony, to our life and our business. And this is why we left our corporate careers to bring more balance. And that's where we talk about what is that definition of success, because it may mean different things to a lot of people. For us was to find that right balance. So it's not, striving for whatever goals at all cost, is really to bring more harmony and balance to our life, to our businesses. And then one day I said to myself, you know what? I have to share this with everyone. So this is why you're here today. And every Wednesdays at 11:30 a.m., I bring my friends and some clients, and we talk about really around how we bring more of that harmony and balance. Could be through maybe some business strategies or some tools that you are leveraging every day to help achieve that balance. And thank you for saying yes and joining me today. And everyone who so I'll do a quick introduction, and then I'll ask you to finish the introduction. But so Tanya is an absolute amazing human being. Not only she embodies the beauty and like this mission of hers to allow others to reach their full potential, but she does this in a way that it's very spiritual. And this is why I think I love your products, because you can really feel it. Like I've known, I bought a necklace for you and a ring and like, a couple of dresses that I have, but really you are living your mission. When you're wearing the clothes or the piece of you, really the way I see it, I feel more empowered and inspired. So thank you for being here. And now I'm going to turn it over to you. Please introduce yourself.
Oh, thank you for having me. I'm really grateful and invited me to share my love of what I do for my work. So for those who don't know me, my name's Tanya LeBlanc, and I'm the founder and creative director of Love Not Fear. And what is Love Not Fear? Well, it's actually more than, beautiful dresses and jewelry, and I'll get into that in a bit afterwards. But so my mission at Love Not Fear truly is to inspire women to feel embodied in their feminine nature and power, and to really ask themselves, what does it mean to be a woman? And to also inspire them to dig deeper into the mysteries of the feminine and how we can use feminine wisdom to heal, to love ourselves, rise in our humanity. Like understanding our lives is a lifelong process. And as women, we go through certain phases in life. And I don't know about you, but I'm right in the heart of perimenopause right now. This
I'm not there yet, but I'm starting to feel some things are starting to be a little different.
Yeah, well, I've been in it for 8 years now, and I'm kind of getting to actually entering menopause. But this is a time in a woman's life where, you know, for some, not everyone, some women just glide through it with ease. But most women, especially ones that I know, have a really difficult time with this stage of their lives because aging, and we're gaining weight, and we're graying, and we're just everything is changing. So this can be the aging process as it unfolds. I mean, some of us age gracefully, and some of us do, but don't think that they do. So I find with my designs, although I have young women that love my pieces, but a lot of my designs are very classic and time. They never go out of style. They're slow fashion. Obviously, we don't do big batches and all that. But I find my target demographic is like 40 and up, and it's so important that women, especially as we go through this phase, that we still can embrace our feminine nature and power, because we actually do step into our power when we enter this phase in our world and in our lives.
We
So that's
do.
what.
We do. And yeah, it's so true. Like honestly, I think in the last couple years, I've I've so embraced who I am, and I don't care anymore about other people's judgments. I know I'm here to create impact, and I know my superpowers. And
Mhm.
I've never felt more. I hope I'm not going to start crying, but it's like it's such a beautiful time when you actually, you wake up and you're like, you know what? I really love who I am and who I have become and continue to becoming. I've been so hungry, as right as I hit, I'm almost 50. I can't even, I can't even, I don't even see myself. I keep lying to my kids I'm 32 every single day, and they don't even know how. Oh, now they probably will see it, so they'll know. But it's like I do feel more powerful, and I'm choosing to surround myself with other women
Mm,
who also, are feeling powerful about who they are. And it's like we become, right, the 5 people we hang out with. And it's okay to know our imperfect, like we all have our little imperfections, but
absolutely.
right, those imperfections make us perfect, make us who we are.
Perfectly perfect, just who
Yes,
we are. Yeah. But as we grow and we step into our power and accepting and loving ourselves, we want to be around other people that do the same, because
yes,
what happens when women get together, we uplift each other, right? And we
yeah.
inspire help each other. We want to see each other grow and to reach our highest potential. So
100%. And we give each other permission, right? Permission to maybe do something imperfectly. I know the other day, when I had one of my clients, like she was, actually, she did IG Live and it was her first time. And she was telling me, Isabella, I'm so nervous. And I'm like, you know what? Sometimes we don't see our own beauty and uniqueness, and we so think about like the world and how we show up for everyone. But it's really about, even if we can, like, as long as our intention is pure, and even if we can touch one heart, so it's not about the millions or the billions,
mhm,
and if we can just think about that one person that we can help today,
mhm,
I think that's when we can step fully into our superpower and embrace who we are. And it's not that intimidating because, you know, we don't have to feel like, oh my God, we're gonna change the world.
Mm-hmm.
It's about that one person. And it starts, and this is why those lives are so important, because, and you're gonna share some tools and tips with us, what you're doing to bring more balance into your life. But I find even like every person is different. And for some maybe strategies or tools may not work. And it could be that one person that is speaking in a way that we are able to receive, right? And this is why other people have different coaches and trainers and mentors, because someone else can share the same thing with you or 10 other people and you will not understand it, and then you find a person who you so are resonate with, and you resonate with their voice and their message, and it touches you like on the heart level, that you're like, yes, now I get it. So instead of thinking about, right, like, oh my God, I'm here to save the world, but if I can even share one tip with that one person to just make maybe the day better or an hour better of their life, then you know what? I've done an okay job, right? So I think that's when the whole thing, whether it's showing up on Instagram or showing up in, you know, in social media, is not as intimidating.
Yes, well, I definitely need to show up more.
We can work on it.
Yes. And, you know, as much as my mission is to help women to feel embodied in their feminine power, I personally need a coach to help me move through my stuff, because I find, yes, you know, here we are. But I find like those, like when you're teaching something, a lot of times you're teaching what you also need.
Yeah.
And I remember years ago, because I have a whole dance background many years ago, and I did this training in the early 2000s called Journey Dance, and it was static dance, and it wasn't here in Canada yet. And I was so moved. And I felt like I'm not ready to teach this because I have so much healing to do. And I told the teacher, and she said, you dance, you teach, you heal as you teach.
Yeah.
Right. Because we always teach what we know best and what we are healing within ourselves. So, you know, as much as I love, you know, the most rewarding thing that I have in this work is, you know, seeing how radiant women feel when they put on a dress, put on a special piece of jewelry, and how they feel embodied, you know, wearing these pieces. But, you know, I'm learning these lessons again for myself, going through this new stage of life. So I don't show up enough on Instagram. You'll see only the odd picture of me. You see mostly or my models or my jewelry. And you know, the pictures that I am in my Instagram get the most likes. And I have all my clients like, you need to show up more. Like we love your jewelry and we love your dresses and but we love you. That's why we're here. So I
Yes.
have my own little issue about showing up more and being more present.
My
So
goodness. So this is actually a perfect timing. So for everyone who is listening and watching this, not sure if you know, but I literally just, well, it's open for enrollment. We start May 1st. It's exactly that. It's about amplifying your authentic brand and helping you to, you know, embrace who you are, embrace your brand, really reconnect with purpose, and learn the strategies and tips and tricks from amazing experts to raise your visibility, to increase your confidence. So you show up, and when we show up, and it's all part of the program, it's a 6-week program, and Tanya, I'll send you a link after, and everyone who wants to see it, it's in the link in the bio. Actually, end of day today is the early bird pricing with some amazing bonuses. So please do yourself a favor if you feel called to check out this amazing. It's my first ever group coaching program. Yeah, so yeah, check it out. You're welcome. But it's when we have the tools and when we are surrounded by people who can see our beauty and our light and the message and our mission, we have that almost that extra, you can call it a borrowed courage, and it's okay to borrow that confidence or courage when we are first starting out something new, right? Because like I always even tell my kids and some of my clients, when we are so scared of doing something, it's really about reframing it from bringing it this the scariness of it to, you know what, I'm kind of like weirdly excited about it, right? So you're reframing even the language just because you've never done that before, right? So it's like when we can step out of our comfort zone, that's when we know that's where growth happens. If we just continue to do what we do, so let's say, right, like as you continue, just post a picture here or talk about your gorgeous jewelry or beautiful kimonos that you design and help us women feel empowered. Look at me, I feel empowered and I have a message. And it's also thanks to your beautiful pieces that I feel very confident and, you know, in my feminine energy. But really, we do give permission. And sometimes it is about, you know what, sometimes, you know, how people say, fake it till you make it. Well, I would say, don't fake it, but sometimes how can you lean on someone else's, right, courage or confidence? So borrowing it as you're stepping out of your comfort zone, because if we're stuck in our comfort zone, then we just keep doing what we're doing and we're going to become masters of it. But the growth is always on that other side. And I find sometimes how I like it to reframe it, it's like if we don't show up externally, we are keeping, whether it's our knowledge or our tips and tricks or our solutions, hidden. So in a way, that's kind of selfish, because if you have someone that you know you can help someone else, well, it's like it's our duty to share it with the world. We can't hide it, right? The world needs it. And if people feel intimidated when they are thinking, oh my goodness, I could never do that, right? For the masses, like think about that one person, just one person you're trying to help. That's it. When we think through, you know, we're not selling, may not be perfect for everyone, but we might be perfect for that one person. And that's where it really starts.
Yes, no, absolutely. Showing up is important, which is something I'm working on. And it's difficult when, you know, running this business and also because there's a lot of people who know me just from my dresses, just from Love Not Fear. But there are others that have known me for years that, you know, my biggest passion is when I used to lead women's circles and online programs. And I'm finding it challenging to, even though they both meet, because I've been noticing women that have come to my online courses or my circles, every one of them bought a dress from me.
You
So
see?
merging in these two worlds, which is truly why I'm here, is to serve in this way. But I'm a one-woman show. I need an assistant. I need to start building my team. I need a coach. I do need these things because I'm at a point where I can only grow so much on my own, and I can't do it alone anymore. So that's where
No.
this is why I'm not showing up, because I'm in the process of like running my business operations and having my creative hat on over here and creating, you know, other things. So
Yeah.
up is definitely a step of business. So I'm looking forward to and hearing more.
Amazing. Amazing. And we'll totally have another conversation. Guys, this was not planned. So we'll have another conversation privately, how we can help Tanya show up more, because she honestly, she is a beautiful, beautiful soul. I remember the first day I met you, it was just like, oh my gosh. It's like, you know, your lost sister. It's like, where have you been? It's like that little other soul that you know each other from some other life, some other realm, right? But that you're a beautiful human.
Thank you. I'm a reflection of you
Oh,
with that of
oh
yours.
yes, I know.
Get
Talk
up.
about that would be another life maybe. But I definitely have been on this amazing spiritual journey. Even this morning, as you know, I'm, you know, some people call me the morning routine queen. Like I know for me to show up 100%, and that's one of the tools I use to bring more balance. It's one of my non-negotiable is to really 100%, whether I want it or not, I commit to my morning routine. And this morning I did this beautiful meditation. I'm very lucky. We live near the water, and I was just sitting with my dog Bruno Mars. Yes, his real name is Bruno Mars. My husband is like, don't tell anybody, right? Anyway, we love Bruno Mars songs, so why not? And but I was meditating, and like I said, very clear intention. I was journaling, and you know, it really helped me feel whole and complete. And when we can do that inner work, and this is why the Empowered Wednesdays are so empowering to me. So it's not just about wellness, but when we can go within, all the answers are
Everything.
there.
Absolutely.
But
Everything.
right.
Mm-hmm.
And but some, it's like finally deciding, because this is where I think a lot of people are stopped. It's like they get, and I've been there. Like I'm only saying this because I've been there, especially in the corporate world for like 20 years. You're caught up in that circle, and it's so hard to get out. But once you really decide, and this is where I'm really strong about, like, what is that non-negotiable for you? And we'll talk about it some more, but like to our audience watching, what is that thing that you know for you to show up 100% for other people and for yourself that you have to do, whether it's drinking water, outdoor walk, maybe it's listening to a podcast, reading a book, maybe it's journal, whatever that is. So that is a non-negotiable to you, because you know if you don't do that, you don't find yourself whole for that day. So this is where that self-love and reflection comes into play, when we understand those non-negotiables. And it's a commitment, and they get scheduled. We always say what gets scheduled gets done, right? So life will happen every single day. Life happens, right? Like a kid will get sick, or right, the world is on another thing. We know what to, guys, this is not a political discussion. I think a lot of people understand some of the views we have here, but it's really about deciding and then scheduling that in. Because right, if we don't schedule it, the life will schedule it for us. So that's where it starts, and it does start with us. So for you, Tanya, I would love to ask you, what are some of the things, so not sure, maybe you already have a non-negotiable, but what is that thing for you that you do, maybe not every day, but regularly, when you are in a state of maybe overwhelm or something else, that you can bring more balance into your life and your business?
Well, I have a strong meditation practice that I have every day. And then there's days where, I'm really busy, so I don't get to it, but it's really important that I have this consistently. So my mornings are really important to me. So they get thrown off when my boyfriend sleeps over. So I'm like, I have to
Damn boyfriend.
still do it, but my morning, well, my whole life, I've never been a morning person, but that changes as you get older, and I'm getting up earlier on, like no alarm clock and just waking up. So my morning is so important. I wake up and I say hello to my house and my plants, and I put my coffee on, and I have my meditation practice. And this practice actually was, I've been, on this spiritual path for 30 years. So I've been, I have a very strong um, awareness of my life on that level. But I have an oracle. I have two oracle decks that are going to be launched next year, and the first one that's going to be launched is
Congratulations.
and it's 33 I am invocations. And so you pick a card. So, but it's deeper than just picking a card and saying, oh, I am divine creative wisdom, and or I'm awakened abundance. It's more than that. There's an actual practice that I teach, and it's what I personally do every morning, and it consists of 13 mudras and 13 I am invocations, and it's a deep prayer to call upon your guides and angels and whatever higher power that you work with. And that's my non-negotiable. I have that every day, and I check in where I am every day. And, you know, I'm guided to what I need to focus on every day. And without that, yeah, I feel lost when I don't have my regular practice. So that would be it, because, you know, being an entrepreneur, there are no days off, really. I have to, you know, make it clear that I don't do anything on Mondays. Monday is kind of my day where I don't want to do anything. So
Yes.
I try not to schedule anything for Mondays, and that's just a day that I am with me, and I'm creative and I'm writing and I'm just doing things for my own soul. So, but every other day, it's work, work, work. So at least having that one day a week for me where it's just
Mm.
me and myself and my
Mhm.
practice and my creative time, that's probably the most important thing for me,
So,
is to.
so, and thank you for sharing that. So you're saying on Mondays is like when you can feel more creative, and is that where you can be creative? I'm thinking whether it's maybe from your marketing or designing new oracle deck or maybe a beautiful new dress. Um, that time of the creation empowers you, correct?
Oh, if I wasn't, if I don't know, when I'm not being creative,
Yes.
I do not feel like myself.
Yeah.
And my creativity is what drives me, and
Yes.
what feeds me, what fills me. And without having this creative channel or
Yeah.
process, yeah, I would be depressed,
Yeah.
to be honest.
Yeah.
It's part of who I am, and it's what inspires me in life. So
That's
yeah.
beautiful. No, and thank you for sharing, because sometimes I find, depending who you are, right? We're all different. Some people get, I have one of my clients and she has a finance background.
Mm.
She totally, and I'm like, gosh, right? Like my background is, yes, business strategy, but also marketing, because I tend to be more of a creative too. I also play instruments, right? So I have that creative streak. But for her, she actually recharges by doing numbers, like going deep into the numbers. So it's funny how when we know, and this is where how important that awareness is, and this is why, like, I call my the Empowered Wednesdays, is where we bring awareness to whether our gifts or what may be missing in our life, right, to creating the life and business we love. Or it's sometimes it's, I find, the letting go of
Mm-hmm.
things can be more powerful, right, than inviting new things in. Because, oh, my lights just kind of changed. Because I find when we have that level of awareness, like for you, and it's beautiful that you know not only that creation process, it's empowering to you, and that's what like sets your soul on fire, but that you do it on the Monday, right, to actually start the week, so you do feel empowered and you can tackle whatever things show up.
The creative stuff comes all the time. Like, I'm really highly creative, so I get inspiration. I can get inspired over the littlest thing that no one, everyone else would look at it. It's like, how did you get inspired from that? Like, so that's a very simple thing for me. But Mondays, because I work live on the weekends, like I'm
Yes.
always those, and it's just the day I need to it's always there. You know, it's just
Yeah.
that's the day I embody it fully, or as fully as I can. So
Okay. No, thank you for sharing it. And
the moon. So moon day, Monday, and that's, the moon is the feminine, and it's a really good day to be creative. So
I didn't know
little
that.
extra note there. Yeah.
Thank you for sharing. And Tanya, do you have maybe, and I didn't ask you that, so that's why maybe answer is a no, but do you have your new Oracle deck or a card somewhere around you that you can read for us?
Uh, well, I have two decks here. Let me just give me a second. I'll
Okay,
grab.
sure. Hey
They're
everyone, thank
real
you
in.
for joining us. Tanya is just getting an Oracle card deck. Maybe she'll pull a card for us today.
Yeah,
Why
there's
not?
prototypes. So one deck
Mhm.
is called the Sadhana deck, and it's been 15 years in the making, but it keeps evolving and evolving.
Yeah.
And
Congratulations. Finally, you did it. And you know what? Sometimes for someone that may be 6 months, for some maybe a year or 5 or 20 or 30, right?
This one's not even complete yet, but I'll tell you a story. When I was living in Mexico a few years ago, um,
Mm-hmm.
my goal was to finish this deck. And there's 13 goddess archetypes in the deck, all based in sacred geometry, but it's a 54 card deck. And I thought, okay, I'm going to finish it while I'm in Mexico. But I also led a 13-day online program while I was there based on the deck called the
Mm-hmm.
Embodied Feminine. And every day we went through one of the goddesses. And it actually was very intensive. It was really beautiful. And I've had lots of people ask me, are you going to do it again? But I didn't realize how deep and how exhausting it was, because it was a very deep healing process for everyone involved.
Yeah.
So while that I was trying to finish this deck, another deck came through. I won't get into the whole story, but this
Mm.
other birth, and this was channeled, and I was very guided, and I was like, I can't bring on another creative project. Like, I've got to finish first deck. And it was
Yeah.
very clear, other deck has to come through first, simplified. The Shakti Oracle is a bit advanced, so not everyone really understands it or is there yet. But this deck is very simplified, although it's still very powerful. And this is a way to get people a little bit more awakened in their spiritual world and more of their soul. And then the second one that I've been working on for 15 years is supposed to come. So the other deck is called I Am the One Embodiment
Mm.
Oracle, and it's I Am Invocations. And this one is almost complete and ready to, well, I want to do a Kickstarter campaign. And I've just completed a pre-campaign online course. It's 33 days. That's a pre-campaign to get people understanding what the cards is. So it's 33 days. You get an excerpt of one oracle per day and a 10-minute guided practice. So that's almost complete.
Mm-hmm.
So then I need someone who knows marketing to help me.
Well, we can talk.
So that's where I get stuck. It's just I need a team of
Okay.
at,
All right.
can't be one woman shows. So let's
Happy to help you with the plan.
We'll take one card of each. So
Okay.
we'll do the Shakti Sadhana Oracle first, and we'll see who comes. Oh, and by the way, some of my necklaces are connected to the different oracles. The one I'm wearing is dedicated to Mary Magdalene.
That's the one I have.
Oh, you have the Mary Magdalene?
Yes, not on me, but yes. Yes, it's beautiful. I got so many beautiful compliments.
So
It's, yeah.
that has this necklace, or like, so we picked Lakshmi. So Lakshmi, this is sacred geometry, this oracle deck. I won't get into the meanings of it, but
Mm-hmm.
Lakshmi is a tantric Vedic goddess, and she is the goddess of love, blessings, and abundance and prosperity.
Look at
All
that.
sorts of wonderful things. And it's funny, the next necklace that's getting made right now, I'm actually producing a line here in Toronto for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
Everything in India. So we're working on the Lakshmi necklace is the next one, and that should be launching beginning of June. I'm very excited about that.
Wow, yeah, I can't wait to see it.
When you invoke Lakshmi, it brings you blessings of abundance and prosperity. But to go deeper into her teachings, she is the manifest world. Like, she is like this realm. And a beautiful invocation that I like to use and teach my students when I am teaching. And it's something that she has said in one of the old texts of the Puranas in India. And she says, I manifest myself. So this, if you just contemplate that, I manifest myself. And if you can just really submit that, it's such a deep, deep invocation and affirmation.
Yeah.
So that with you.
It's absolutely beautiful, because we always reach out, or I used to, for the external validation, or right, like what people will say, but everything is within us.
Everything.
Absolutely. Everything we're looking for, it's within us. We just need to allow for the process to start, and we can finally see our own beauty, our own light, our own power, and how when we feel whole, that's when we can really start to impact the world in most wonderful, glorious of ways.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's all within us.
It's all within
So changed. So like I've had to change the name. So we got I am divine creative wisdom. So this is
beautiful.
much more simplified. There's just 133 I am invocations. But and there's a beautiful message that goes with all of them. How
Mm-hmm.
there's a practice that goes with each card. So it's not like you pick a card, oh yeah, and you walk through your day, okay, I'm creative wisdom. It's like, okay, you put the mantras, we embody each invocation and we embody the feeling of this invocation. So it's a really beautiful practice. So I am divine creative wisdom, which I was just talking about creativity, and Lakshmi, which is blessings, prosperity, and abundance.
Thank
So
you so much for sharing. And everyone who just joined us, we really, today, as part of the Mindful Entrepreneur Live Talks, we're talking to Tanya LeBlanc, who is this beautiful human being and very, very creative founder at Love Not Fear. Because when we love, we don't have to fear. It's right, all that beauty and confidence and power and purpose and mission, it's all within us. So it starts with us. And what we're sharing with you guys today are some of the tools and things that we do as entrepreneurs to bring more harmony and balance into our life, and the roller coaster of running a business. And Tanya just shared with us her brand new oracle decks that she will be launching very soon, kind of 15 plus years in the making. Finally, woo!
that one.
It's coming out. And one of the practices, like she shared, was that meditation. And when she can connect with like the message behind her oracle cards, that really helps her feel empowered and inspired, and also bring that harmony into her day, right? Because you do that in the morning, so that for the rest of the week and rest of the day, she can feel empowered and share her message and create these beautiful, whether it's a kimono or jewelry line or oracle card. And I know you also are a published author, so you are a big creator and inspiration. And thank you so much for sharing. So how do people find you, Tanya?
Okay, so on Instagram, we are spread_love not fear.
Mm-hmm.
Love not fear. Yours. Oh, so we're like, so spread_love not fear. If you want to go to our website, you can go to our link tree and you can sign up and subscribe. You get 15% off. Our website is lovenotfear.ca.
Mm-hmm.
And for everyone that sees this live, I'm going to give you a code. This will be just for online purchases. You can use Elevate 20. So all capital letters, Elevate 20. And you can use that as a code to get 20% off your order online. So we
Wow.
have a lot.
Well, thank you for doing that.
We have a lot of new designs arriving in June. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't follow the like the fashion trend, which I have to catch up on because just the way I've done business. So in June is when we have our whole new collections, dresses, kimonos with new fabrics. I do the same style every year, and we usually add a new style in per year, but we stick to the same styles because people love them, and we just bring them in different fabrics. So
Okay.
but if you want to find me this weekend, I'll be at Sunday Variety at St. Lawrence Market from 10 to 5 on Sunday. I do shows all the time, so you can go to our pinned post on Instagram or on
Mm-hmm.
our website monthly schedule. And for women that want to network, I'll be at Happy Healthy Women for their spring soiree event tomorrow. So please go to Happy Healthy Women. You can find tickets there. So
Thank you
that's free.
for
Yeah,
sharing.
thank you
Yeah.
so much.
Thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing your wisdom and your beautiful mission. And you're such a light. So Thank you for taking the time and being here. And everyone who, yes, so Elevate 20
Yeah.
to get your discount and try some of the amazing products by Tanya, because they're, yeah, like that kimono I'm wearing today. It's absolutely, I feel so, not only very feminine, but very empowered and confident in. So I hope everyone gets to feel the same. So thank you again, Tanya. Wishing you an empowered Wednesday. Thank you for being here, and everyone who joined us. Thank you so much. And I'll see you next week for another amazing live. And those who were thinking to elevate their personal brand so they can share their message and their mission and their purpose and impact the world, check out in my bio, Amplify Your Authentic Brand, early bird pricing, and at the end of the day. So if you have questions about the program, let me know. I'm here to serve and help you to really bring your message to the world so you can continue step into your power and also run amazing businesses and also have more balance into in your business and in your life. So thank you. I'll see you next
Thank you
time.
so much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.